A big thank you to our sponsors over at TaxCalc for making this video possible. If you're not familiar with the brand, then you really should be. TaxCalc makes award-winning professional accounting, tax, practice management and communications products, and they are trusted by over 9,500 firms across the country, including mine. Check them out at taxcalc.com, and I'll also pop a link in the description for you to give it a try. Now back to the video. I started accountancy straight out of university and started working for a local practice, and I was there for about 10 years. I started as a trainee and I worked all the way through, qualified as a chartered accountant, and then became a director there. And when I had my second son, I kind of realised that I just wanted to do my own thing, and I decided to leave and set up my own practice. I didn't have any kind of dreams of having a big firm or having staff or anything like that. I literally just thought I'll do a few accounts from home and I'll look after the children. They were both really young. They were like 2 and 9 months old, so I didn't have much time. And I started what was J. Williams & Co, and we rebranded to Smooth Accounting a couple of years later. So that was 6 years ago. And it's been a very, very interesting journey. LinkedIn in the early days for me was a kind of a bit accidental. So I didn't have I had a LinkedIn account for years, then I deleted it. So I didn't really have a LinkedIn account for the first few years of my business. So I've only really been using it for about 3 years. And I got into video marketing and started having videos made about 5 years ago, and they were really made for sort of Facebook and the website and things, because that's where the majority of my time was spent from a social media perspective. And then about 3 years ago I thought, I'll just upload one of the old videos to LinkedIn. I'll sort of create a new account and just see, and it kind of just really took off, and I was quite surprised at the reaction it got, the number of views it got, and I thought, maybe I should put some more of the videos on. So I posted a few more of the videos, and I kind of just stuck around ever since. So there was no real method in what I was doing, but I just realised that there was an audience there and people seemed to like what I was posting. And then I started just putting on posts, not video posts, just normal kind of text about my day, or funny things, or maybe slightly controversial things. And my posts were going viral, and it seemed that people wanted more of what I was saying and doing, so I just carried on, and I've kind of been there ever since, really. Nowadays I'm still there. I still post most days on LinkedIn, and it's always just, it's never planned. So nothing that I do on LinkedIn is kind of scheduled ahead of time or thought through. I don't have a strategy with LinkedIn. I don't think, well, this week I'll post about this and this week I'll post about this. There's none of that. There's literally whatever pops in my head at that moment, I will post it on LinkedIn. Don't give it much thought. And that way it's just been really authentic, and it's just, it's 100% me. So when it drives business or it drives inquiries, people really get what they see. If they like what I post and they want to work with Smooth because of that, then that's exactly what they will get when they speak to me or we have a sales call. So it just seems to really work from that perspective, because I'm not trying to be anything different to what I am, I guess. So yeah, just being my authentic self. If you are unsure where to start, a good place to start is commenting on other people's posts. It doesn't feel as scary as kind of putting your own one out there that people might obviously not like or disagree with. It's a little bit easier just to like and comment and interact. So I'd say start there and just start doing it on a daily basis. Connect with people, like-minded people, or people that might be ideal clients. Connect, reach out. LinkedIn is a really supportive community. I've made some amazing friends on LinkedIn. There's other benefits than just winning business. And I think my confidence has definitely built up over time on there. So think that would happen with everyone. You just need to kind of find your rhythm, but don't put too much pressure on yourself to try and think of amazing posts that are going to go viral, every week. Just, you can just start by maybe posting about what you did at the weekend, or posting a question and asking for people's advice, because people love to give advice on LinkedIn. So that's always a good place to start. What do people think about this? Or, I'm unsure, what's people's advice? What are other people's advice about this? And that can be quite good because you're encouraging people to comment and respond to you. So that can help people, I think, find their voice, just interacting with others and just kind of then starting to dabble in posting every now and then. And you will get more confident over time. It doesn't happen overnight. And I guess also you have to expect that people are going to disagree with you, and people may say things that are not very nice. And as horrible as that is, it is kind of part of it, and you have to have a little bit of a thick skin to put yourself out there on any social media, and LinkedIn is included in that. So, you can let it bother you, but don't let it stop you. And that's my phrase. I always say that to people. We're human at the end of the day, so I'm sure it will bother you, but you just got to keep going regardless. This is about you and your business and getting your brand out there, and that's the most important thing. LinkedIn at the moment, or I'd say for the last few years, has been my main focus, but I do use Instagram for business, and I do use YouTube. So YouTube is my priority and has been for sort of the last 6 months, and will continue to be now going forwards. I sort of tend to use whichever platform works best. So in the early days, that was Facebook. Then I moved over to LinkedIn when kind of Facebook's organic reach just fell off a cliff. I moved over to LinkedIn where the organic reach is amazing. Now I've kind of established LinkedIn, and LinkedIn works very well for me without much effort now. I'm now concentrating on YouTube, which is building slowly, and that's really exciting for us. So YouTube will have lots of benefits for me, for my personal brand, for Smooth as a company, and my coaching. So there's lots of opportunity with the YouTube channel, and I'm really excited to see kind of what we do with that. So I think I always say to people, just go where your customers are. That's, because people always ask me which platform they should be focusing on, and it's just wherever your customers are hanging out, go and hang out there every day. And, it's a slow burner, but if you do it every day for 6 months, 12 months, you will definitely reap the rewards of that. Video marketing is great. Obviously, I'm a massive advocate for that. Like 5 years ago when I started doing video marketing, there wasn't really any other accountants doing it at all, and it was quite a new thing. So I've seen a lot more over the last few years start to do video marketing, and I think it's brilliant. It's a great way of capturing people's attention and making it a bit more interesting what you're doing. And when I was doing the videos, the thing I wanted to do, and I try and do in all my videos, is just make them a little bit funny, and that way people will watch them, and people will remember them. You don't just want to stand there and go, director's loan accounts are where the director borrows money, because people will just be like, oh. So it was, how do I get across these kind of snippets of help and advice whilst making them funny and interesting and memorable and people wanting more? And that was always what I tried to do, and still do now. So I think when you're designing your content, you need to be adding value. Every single thing I post on LinkedIn, it always adds some kind of value, whether it makes someone laugh, whether, I'm offering a bit of advice, whether I'm posting a link to one of my videos, which again is just all about giving value and giving help and advice to either accountancy practice owners or clients, potential clients. So I think you need to be thinking, what value am I giving? And then make it interesting. So those are the two things I would say are really important about the content and how to make your content more interesting or more sexy. So in the early days, and it was just me, I really focused most of my time on marketing, and I was a marketing manager, marketing director before anything else. So, from the minute I woke up in the morning to the minute I went to bed, I was thinking about marketing, I was doing marketing I used every single thing that happened throughout the day as an opportunity to do some kind of marketing. And that's really what drove, I think, the growth from day one, because I felt comfortable doing the accounts, and you'll always find time to do the accounts. You'll always find time to do those. That's just a given. But if you don't focus on marketing and you don't bring those customers in, you're not going to have any accounts to do. So I think that new accountants and people that want to grow their firms really, really need to focus all their energy on marketing more than anything else. And you just find time to do the other things. But where I think a lot of practices not go wrong, but they don't focus on marketing at all, and they just wonder why they're not getting clients, or they're not getting enough clients, or they rely on referrals from existing clients, which is great. It's always great to get referrals, but that's a slow way of growing. So if you want to grow quickly, you've got to make marketing kind of the forefront of your day. And now it's easy. It certainly wasn't easy then. That was hard to do that. I'm not going to sit here and say that was a breeze. That was really, really difficult. I didn't have much time, but I just went for it. So it's very difficult to do that. But once you've got a good steady flow of customers coming in, then you can start to make changes to make it more manageable. So now it's easy for me because I only do the marketing for Smooth. I don't do anything else. Obviously I make any executive decisions, and I'm involved with strategy, but I don't, I probably work about half a day a week in Smooth, if that. So it pretty much runs itself now, which has been a conscious choice over the last couple of years to get it to that point where it doesn't need me. So it doesn't matter if I'm here or not here, it runs really, really well regardless. So that's given me a lot of free time, which is why I've started coaching other accountants kind of how to do the same, and why I've now got a lot of time to focus on YouTube and producing a lot more content. So I'm very much part-time now with work, and I have a lot of free time and more time with the children, which is what I wanted. That was the most important thing for me. So yeah, it's a lot easier for me now because I only do the marketing, but it was very difficult in the early days, but worth it. So generally, most of our clients come from my personal brand and what I've built up over the years. So I've been very, very focused on my personal brand. So I am definitely the face of Smooth. It was natural in the early days because it was only me. So it made sense that I was kind of marketing myself. But I've just continued to do that, and people buy into that because they want to work with me. And I've created a team that all have the work ethic, values that I had, and that's why they work for Smooth. So just touching on what Tracy said, our company values are at the core of everything that we do. So actually establishing those company values was really important for us in terms of winning clients, because we wanted to make sure we're all on the same page. What are we doing? What do we offer our clients? And then, that follows through into our marketing. Our main focus is looking after our existing clients more so than getting new ones, because they will grow your business for you. So we want to have happy customers more so than just getting new ones. It's really unprofitable as well to have a high churn of customers. That's not something that I would be interested in doing. So we want to retain our clients. We want to keep them happy, look after them. So they want additional services from us, which most of our clients do, which then obviously increases the bottom line and keeps all our clients happy. So it's win-win. So absolutely your focus should be looking after existing clients and making sure they're happy first. And then obviously building on that and getting new clients that you can look after in exactly the same way. So it's very much me from a kind of scripting and kind of content perspective, what's going to be included. And all of my LinkedIn is me, and Instagram. The business accounts, so the business Instagram and the business LinkedIn and things, are now run by Luke, who is our head of digital media. So Luke came on board about 18 months ago, became an employee of Smooth, and he does all of the filming, editing, and kind of content that we put out. He's the clever one behind it that makes it all look and sound great. So yeah, from a what I include and all writing the scripts of the videos and all that kind of stuff. That's all 100% me. I've never had any external help with any of that. But the technical side of it, actually making the videos and things, is done by Luke. Because I was using an external company to produce videos back when I started about 5 years ago, so I was outsourcing it. So I was in a position where I had an opportunity to bring Luke on board and acquire the studio that we have now that I'm sat in. And I just thought, you know what, I'll just have it in-house. It'd be so much easier. I can produce more content, and it's much more cost effective to have someone working for me full time that I can rely on to keep that momentum with the content rather than relying on an external company. And it's just been brilliant. It's, you know, there's so much that we're able to do now that we couldn't do before when we were relying on external help. And like I said, it's much more cost effective to do it in-house. And it's led to us now doing external work for third parties. So we do video production and photography and things for other external customers now, because we've got all of the resources to do that. So, which is great. That is a good question. Do you know what is hard? And every accountant I speak to says the same thing, that recruiting is the hardest thing. It absolutely is. And I've made some pretty bad decisions in the past. I feel like I've learnt from those. So now we go through a two-stage interview process. So I will interview the person first to get a feel for whether they'll fit with the team. Do I like them? Do they seem like a friendly person that would fit with our company values, but also fit with the existing team that I have that I'm very protective over, because they're all amazing. So I don't want someone coming in that's going to kind of upset that. So that's the first stage. And if I feel like they would fit really well with the team, then they'll go on to more of a technical interview with one of the senior managers to decide if, you know, ability-wise, they're the right person for us, or, you know, kind of, do they have the skills that we need? So that's really how we recruit. I obviously make the best use of social media to kind of reach out, because it's so hard to find people. And but I think no matter what you do, you never 100% know. And that's kind of, you know, it's hard to accept, but it's true. Because I get some of my coaching clients going, but how do you know if they're going to be right? Because I thought they were right and they weren't. And I'm like, you don't. All you can do is give it your best, you know, your best chance of, and that's why we do the two-stage interview, best chance of getting the right person. What actually happens, you know, is what it will be. You know, we're very honest about the role, and I think that's really important, because don't try and fluff it up to make it seem like this wonderful, amazing opportunity. I'm sure it is a great opportunity. Just be very real about it. You know, everybody I interview, I let them know it's really, really busy. It's going to be a really busy role. It's going to be under pressure. So I don't want anyone coming in thinking it's going to be, you know, a breeze, because it won't be. It's hard. It's absolutely hard working smooth. So I don't try and dress it up. So I would say to anyone trying to get the best people, be as honest as you absolutely can be, and as transparent as you can be about what the role is going to be, so that they know what they're coming into, and there's less chance of people going, oh, this is not what I expected, and then leaving or whatever. So yeah, it's a bit of a gamble, but you just got to do your best, really. It's a hard market.